12 minutes 10, award-winning thoughts, let's go. What if you could download a decade's worth of wisdom from the world's top thinkers in just 12 minutes? That isn't a hypothetical question, it's what we're about to do. We live in a world that's drowning in information, which makes real wisdom the rarest thing of all. Wisdom is the quiet operating system that runs in the background for the most successful and fulfilled people. It's the invisible framework separating a flash of success from a lifetime of greatness. Most people spend their whole lives trying to learn these lessons through painful trial and error. But what if you could skip the line? What if you could install the core software of genius directly into your own thinking? Today, that's the mission. We're not just sharing ideas, we're delivering a mental upgrade. We are counting down 10 award-winning, research-backed thoughts from the titans of psychology and business. These aren't just motivational quotes, they are battle-tested principles that have shaped modern leadership, innovation, and personal growth. Every single one has the power to permanently recalibrate how you see the world and your place in it. Get ready for a rapid-fire injection of transformative insight. The next 12 minutes could genuinely redefine your next 12 years. Let's get into it. Section 1. The growth mindset. First on our list is the master key that unlocks every other door, the growth mindset. This revolutionary idea, brought to us by Stanford psychologist Carol Dweck, is maybe the single most important psychological tool for anyone who is serious about achievement. Dweck's research uncovered a deep split in how people see their own abilities. On one side, you have the fixed mindset. This is the belief that your intelligence, your talents, and your personality are basically set in stone. You've got what you've got, and that's it. So when someone with a fixed mindset fails, they see it as a final judgment on who they are. It feels like a dead end. But the other side is the growth mindset. This is the belief that your most basic abilities can be developed through pure dedication and hard work. Your brain and your talent are just the starting point. This view creates a love for learning and a toughness that is absolutely essential for accomplishing anything great. When someone with a growth mindset fails, they don't see a final judgment. They see a chance to learn. They hear the universe whispering, "Not yet." They get that struggle isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign that you're stretching, that you're growing. Study after study shows that people who adopt this mindset consistently outperform their peers, showing more motivation, getting better grades, and driving more innovation at work. Adopting a growth mindset is like upgrading your brain's hardware. It's deciding that you aren't a finished product, but a work in progress, capable of almost limitless improvement. Section 2. Excellence as habit. Our second thought is a truth that separates the amateurs from the masters in absolutely any field. It's captured perfectly in a line often credited to Aristotle, but polished by philosopher Will Durant. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Just let that sink in for a second. Greatness doesn't happen in a single moment of inspiration or some heroic one-time effort. It's forged in the quiet repetition of a daily routine. It's the result of small, almost invisible actions, repeated with relentless consistency until they become second nature. Think about the greatest athletes, creators, or entrepreneurs you look up to. Their success didn't come from one brilliant move. It came from thousands of hours of practice, thousands of conversations, thousands of lines of code written when nobody was watching. They didn't just wake up and decide to be excellent. They committed to the habits of excellence. This is the secret that's hiding in plain sight. Your life is a direct reflection of your habits. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. This thought is so powerful because it pulls excellence out of the clouds and puts it directly into your hands. You want to be a better writer? Write every day. You want to be a better leader? Practice clear and empathetic communication every single day. Excellence is a choice, but it's a choice you have to make over and over again until the hard stuff becomes as natural as breathing. Section 3. Forward toward growth. The third game-changing idea comes from the father of humanistic psychology, Abraham Maslow. It highlights the fundamental choice we all face in every single moment. Maslow said, "In any given moment, we have two options. to step forward into growth or step back into safety. This is the core tension of being human. Every decision you make, big or small, is a vote for one of these two paths. Safety is your comfort zone. It's the familiar, the predictable, the path of least resistance. It promises to protect you from failure and from judgment. But let's be honest, it's a gilded cage. Staying in safety guarantees stagnation. It means choosing to be a lesser version of yourself. Growth, on the other hand, is the great unknown. It's the path of challenge, uncertainty, and a healthy dose of discomfort. To step forward into growth is to embrace the very things that safety tries to shield you from. It's risking failure to learn something new. It's being vulnerable to build a real relationship. It's choosing the difficult task over the easy one because you know that's where the real prize is. Maslow warned that if you deliberately plan on being less than you are capable of being, you'll likely be unhappy for the rest of your life. This idea is so powerful because it reframes how we think about fear. Fear is no longer a stop sign. It's a compass pointing directly to the areas where you have the most room to grow. The choice is always there, and it's always yours. With every breath, you're either reinforcing the walls of your comfort zone or you're taking a sledgehammer to them. Section 4, the science of flow. Our fourth thought is a secret weapon for hitting peak performance and finding deep fulfillment, and it's backed by decades of research. It's the concept of flow, or what athletes call being in the zone. Popularized by psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, flow is a state of complete, effortless immersion in an activity. He described it as a state where your ego just falls away. Time flies. Every action and thought seems to follow inevitably from the one before. It's that feeling when you're so locked into what you're doing that everything else just melts away. Your sense of self dissolves, time gets weird, and your performance goes through the roof. Csikszentmihalyi's work showed that these aren't just random moments. We can actually create the conditions for them. Flow tends to happen at the perfect intersection of high challenge and high skill. If a task is too easy for you, you get bored. If it's way too hard, you get anxious. But when you find a challenge that stretches your abilities right to their limit, that's when you hit the flow channel. This is where real growth happens. People who experience flow regularly report being happier, more creative, and more satisfied with their lives. The takeaway here is to stop chasing a life of constant leisure and start designing a life of deep engagement. Structure your work and your hobbies to hit that sweet spot between what you can do and what you can almost do. Don't just work harder, work deeper. If you engineer your life for flow, you will unlock levels of productivity and joy you never thought possible. Section 5, value-driven success. The fifth thought is a radical reframing of what success even means, and it comes from Albert Einstein. He famously advised, strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. In a world that is obsessed with the outside markers of success, money, status, followers, this idea flips the whole script. It argues that chasing personal success for its own sake is a hollow game that often leads to burnout and compromise. But when you shift your focus from what you can get to what you can give, everything changes. To strive to be of value means asking yourself, what can I contribute? Instead of, what's in it for me? It's about focusing on solving problems, serving others, and making a real positive impact on the world around you. Think about it. A business that focuses on creating incredible value for its customers will almost always become successful. A leader who focuses on adding value to their team will earn their loyalty and respect. An artist who focuses on creating work that truly gives something to their audience will build a devoted following. The beautiful irony is that when you stop chasing success and start obsessing over creating value, success tends to follow as a natural byproduct. But it's a better kind of success, one that's more sustainable, more meaningful, and deeply satisfying. This isn't just a nice moral philosophy, it's a powerful strategy for life and business. Forget about being successful, obsess over being valuable. We're at the halfway mark, and if these ideas are already sparking something in you, do us a quick favor, and hit that subscribe button. We put out videos just like this one, designed to give you the mental tools for a better life. And let us know in the comments which of these first 5 thoughts hit you the hardest. Your perspective really helps shape this community. All right, let's get back to the final 5 award-winning thoughts. Section 6, resilience through adversity. Thought number 6 comes from one of history's most powerful figures, Frederick Douglass. Born into slavery, he rose to become a world-renowned abolitionist and statesman, and his entire life was proof of his famous words. If there is no struggle, there is no progress. Douglass argued that people who want change without any of the struggle are like farmers who want crops without plowing the ground, or rain without the thunder and lightning. Progress, whether it's for a society or for you as an individual, is born from conflict and challenge. This thought is so important because our culture often teaches us to seek comfort and avoid difficulty. We see struggle as a sign that we're on the wrong path. Douglass teaches the exact opposite. Struggle is the non-negotiable price of admission for anything worthwhile. It's the force that builds real strength and character. Resilience isn't something you're born with. It's a muscle you build by facing down adversity. Every obstacle you overcome, every failure you learn from, every time you get knocked down and choose to get back up, you are forging resilience. This applies everywhere. The companies that last are the ones that navigate the tough markets. The people who grow the most are the ones who confront their fears head-on. Your own potential will give you nothing without the struggle to unlock it. So, the next time you face a struggle, don't run from it. Recognize it for what it is, the unmistakable sign that you are on the path of progress. Section 7, self-awareness as catalyst. Our 7th thought, also from Abraham Maslow, gets to the absolute starting point for any real change. He stated, "What is necessary to change a person is to change his awareness of himself." Before you can build a better version of yourself, you have to have the courage to look honestly at who you are right now. Self-awareness is the foundation that all personal growth is built on. It's the simple, brave act of turning the spotlight inward and looking at your thoughts, your emotions, and your patterns without judging them. Most of us run on autopilot, driven by subconscious habits and unexamined beliefs we picked up years ago. We react to the world without really knowing why. We make the same mistakes over and over without seeing the pattern. We feel stuck, but we can't identify the invisible chains holding us in place. To become self-aware is to wake up. It's the shift from being a passenger in your own life to getting in the driver's seat. Now, this process isn't always comfortable. It means admitting your weaknesses, confronting your limiting beliefs, and taking full ownership of your role in your own story. But it's the only way to break free. You can't change a habit you don't know you have. You can't heal a wound you refuse to look at. As Maslow knew, transformation doesn't start with action, it starts with awareness. Once you change your awareness of yourself, you start to change everything. Section 8, positive relationships drive success. Thought number 8 doesn't come from a single person, but from one of the longest and most important studies ever done on human life, the Harvard Study of Adult Development. For over 85 years, researchers have tracked the lives of hundreds of people, and the single clearest message from all this data is this: good relationships keep us happier and healthier, period. The study found that the quality of a person's relationships at age 50 was a better predictor of their physical health at age 80 than their cholesterol levels were. That is a mind-blowing discovery. In our chase for success, we so often prioritize work, money, and individual goals, sometimes sacrificing our relationships to get there. The Harvard study proves this is a catastrophic mistake. Strong, positive connections aren't a luxury. They are essential to a good life. They protect our brains and our bodies. The study found that people who felt lonely and isolated were more likely to see their health decline earlier and live shorter lives. The warmth of your relationships is a powerful predictor not just of happiness, but even of financial success. This isn't about having hundreds of contacts on social media. It's about cultivating deep, real connections where you feel seen, supported, and can be your true self. The ultimate takeaway from 85 years of research is surprisingly simple. The good life is built with good relationships. Section 9, purpose and meaning. The ninth thought cuts right to the core of what drives us as human beings. It's captured in a quote often attributed to Mark Twain. The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. While we can't be 100% sure he said it, the wisdom is undeniable. To be born is to be given life. To find out why is to discover what you're supposed to do with it. This why is your purpose, the central mission that gets you out of bed in the morning and the anchor that holds you steady when life gets stormy. Research in positive psychology confirms that having a sense of purpose is a key driver of motivation, resilience, and happiness. Without a clear why, it's easy to get lost in the what and the how. You can fill your days with busy work, hit impressive goals, and collect achievements, but still feel a deep sense of emptiness. Purpose is what gives meaning to everything you do. It's the difference between being busy and being effective, between simply moving and actually making progress. Finding your why isn't usually some dramatic light bulb moment. It's a process of looking inward. It's asking yourself, what do I really care about? What problems do I want to help solve? When do I feel most alive? Your purpose usually lives at the intersection of what you love, what you're good at, and what the world needs. Living a life of purpose is the ultimate expression of who you can be. Section 10, continuous learning and adaptation. We end with our 10th and final thought, a mindset that is absolutely critical for thriving in our fast-changing world, a commitment to continuous learning and adaptation. This is the idea that you have to give yourself permission to change your mind, to unlearn what no longer works, and to constantly evolve. In today's world, knowledge has a shorter shelf life than ever. Entire industries can be disrupted overnight. The skills that were valuable yesterday might be obsolete tomorrow. In an environment like this, the most dangerous thing you can be is rigid. Continuous learning isn't just about going back to school. It's a daily mindset of curiosity and humility. It's knowing that you don't have all the answers and that some of your strongest beliefs might be wrong. It means actively seeking out new information, different perspectives, and honest feedback. Adaptability is what you do with that new learning. It's having the courage to let go of old strategies that aren't working and embrace new approaches. The businesses that fail to adapt go bankrupt. The people who fail to adapt get left behind. The most successful people in organizations aren't the strongest or even the smartest. They are the most responsive to change. Your ability to learn, unlearn, and relearn is the single most valuable skill you can have. Embrace the idea that you are a lifelong student and you'll stay relevant and successful for a lifetime. And there you have it. 10 of the most powerful award-winning ideas from psychology and business installed in your mind in just about 12 minutes. From the core belief in a growth mindset to the daily choice to make excellence a habit. From stepping forward into growth to finding that deep focus in the flow state. From shifting to being value-driven to building resilience through struggle. From starting with self-awareness to understanding the power of relationships. From finding your purpose to embracing continuous adaptation. These aren't just ideas to think about. They are tools to be used. They are blueprints for making better decisions, building a more meaningful career, and crafting a life you're truly proud of. The promise at the start of this video was a mental upgrade, but like any new software, it only works if you actually run the program. So pick one of these ideas, just one, and commit to weaving it into your life this week. See what happens. You have the wisdom, you have the blueprint. Now, the only thing left to do is build. Thanks for watching. If this video added some value to your day, share it with someone who might need to hear it, and subscribe for more content to help you think better and live bigger. We'll see you in the next one.